Hey my lovely YouTubers, welcome back to my YouTube channel with me and Monty J. Today I am doing a real prayer journal routine, and so hopefully this video inspires you. I've been getting a lot of questions about this, and so this morning I decided that I would just go ahead and show you guys the real morning of me doing my prayer journal routine. So let's get into it. All right, you guys, now it is time for me to sit down and actually start prayer journaling. And in this time, that's really all I do. I just I drink my coffee. I may turn on some worship music. Sometimes I do it in pure silence, and I just write. And this is how I usually prayer journal. This is the biggest question everyone asks me, like, Morgan, how do you do it? The first thing is I always add a date, and most times I add a title. A title for me can also be like, I'm dealing with this today. So the first thing I always like to add is a date and a title. That right there for me is really powerful. It's really clear too. And it helps me just get a focus and go, versus sometimes if my page is just fully blank, I'm like, I don't know what to say yet. So if you add your date, always add your date, because it's always a blessing to come back later and look at that. But also add a title. Your title can literally be like, that hurt my feelings. Your title can be like, don't know where this is going. Or I even have titles before that said like, ouch, like that hurt, or something, like a title of I feel so sad, or a title that says like, thank you Lord, like I can't believe that happened. I've even had titles like, oh, it's Brady's birthday, and whatever I'm journaling about that, about Brady's birthday, right? Whatever it may be, I want to encourage you to add some titles and some dates, because that's going to help you out, especially when you're going through. Those titles are going to really pull on you, like, oh, what was I sad about? What was I praying about to God about this thing, or whatever. It's really good to add a title and a date, okay? The next thing is, when you start prayer journaling, you might say, Morgan, how do you prayer journal every day? Like, that's not possible. And that's okay. You should not put that big old requirement on yourself to do it every day. Because when I got started, I didn't do it every day. I did it when I felt led to do it. And over time, it became every day, and multiple times a day sometimes. But right now, it's not even multiple times a day. So it depends on the season you are in life. But what I do is I always keep it around me. So sometimes I keep it at the edge of my bed. I'll put it inside of my bed, because I do sleep alone. And so I always keep it around me. So when I have a free time and I'm relaxing and I'm chilling, I just grab my journal and I start writing and thinking of the things that I need to express. And so that's what's really good. Keep it around you, okay? Add a title, add a date, but keep your journal in proximity to you, so that when it is time to journal, you don't think, oh, I got to go out to the car and grab it out the back of the trunk or something like that, right? So keep your journal close to you, so that you have that freedom to express yourself in that moment on whatever that thing may be. Okay, the next thing you want to start doing is you want to start writing out what you're feeling. Okay, and this is why prayer journaling is so powerful, is because you're getting out all that stuff that's inside that you would never talk about to anybody else. You're finally talking about it, and you're finally expressing how you are feeling. And so what I always say, it's like this: my cup is finally being able to get poured out of, so God can pour back into me. So I want to tell you this. You want to make sure that when you're journaling, you're getting everything out of your cup, okay? Because sometimes some things in there could be anger, it could be resentment, it could be some unforgiveness, it could be just some mental stress, you could be emotionally down. It's time to get things out of your cup, and that's what prayer journaling does. Also, when you're writing what you're feeling, don't use a filter, okay? And I think this is what's scary for a lot of us. I remember some people like, I'm so scared someone's gonna read that or whatever. I don't think like that. I literally do not use a filter. I do not filter what I'm feeling. I may be feeling like, this person did me wrong and this is how I feel, and da-da-da. Like, I express all that in my journals, because I need to have a place to be honest and open with anyways with the Lord. He's my really only place. So I do not use a filter. I have old prayer journals from years ago that have curse words in it. That's talking about things that have happened to me, things that hurt me, and there's curse words in it, because I never have used a filter. And so I will tell you, even today, there might be times when I really need to express something and I'm like, I really feel like this. I can articulate myself way better now, but like back then I was just so hurt. I would be just expressing myself, okay? So what I want to tell you is write your feelings, but also don't filter your feelings. Don't be like, no, don't say that because that's not right, or you really shouldn't feel that way. No, if that's how you feel, get that out so God can give you new truth and new knowledge and pour back into you new stuff to help you through that. Another thing about prayer journaling is you want to feel free when you do it. You don't want to feel like you got to be like, oh, thou grateful Lord, or you don't want to feel like you got to be religious with it. Like when you pray, some people like when pray all religious. Like, no, just it's an open conversation. And sometimes I just really am expressing myself to the Lord, like, or I'm telling the Lord about a day that really made me happy. It might have been like, oh wow, got to play with my nephews today at the park. It was amazing. Elam's little face, like I kissed those cheeks and we played and ran around. I was so tired. I can tell these long days of work are getting to me, but today they were the highlight of my day, right? It could be something so simple, but you want to be able to express yourself freely. And also what prayer journaling does, it brings a lot of gratitude in your life. It makes you feel so grateful. It makes you feel so happy for all that God is doing in your life. And so prayer journaling has been such a blessing to me, and it has really opened up my mind mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And it's allowed me to deal with stuff that I would have never dealt with, truly. It's allowed me to go back to situations that I truly swept under the rug. It's allowed me to face certain demons of my story and certain challenges of my story that I would have never faced if it wasn't for a safe place to express that, and that's to the Lord. So for you, if there's something specifically you never want no one to read, express that to the Lord. But for me, y'all, I got so many prayer journals, it's crazy. I've been doing this since about 2013, and so I've got books and I've got boxes on boxes of journals, and I know one day they're gonna like turn them into some books or something. I don't know, some devotionals or something, but I just know that they have helped my life so much. So if you're a girl who's like, Morgan, I want a prayer journal, but I don't really know where to get started and I don't really know what to do, start with grabbing a notebook, keeping it nearby, and adding a date, adding a title, releasing everything on your mind, on your plate. If it's the struggles of financial problems, if it's struggles of motherhood, of being a wife, whatever, put all that out to the Lord and let him know what you're truly feeling. Because what's going to happen is as you keep writing, you're going to start seeing when the writing starts to speak back to you. And that's why I say it's so powerful, prayer journaling. You're not just expressing yourself, you're getting rid of all that stuff, but then the stuff that the Lord has told you over time, the scriptures he's spoken to you, the promises he's given you. When you're going through some hard season, you're going to start seeing him speak those things back over you. It's like a melody that starts to play over you again. He starts to sing those things back over you, reminding you of who you are and whose you are, which is his. Okay? So that's why I want to say prayer journaling is so powerful. It's not just you getting rid of everything inside of you, but it's allowing you to be in a place to allow him to fill you back up to overflow again in his presence. So if you are somebody who is super interested in prayer journaling and all of that, I want to encourage you, click the link in the description box, sign up, because we have some prayer journal prompts that I know will bless you. Thank you for watching for another day of Vlogmas. I will see you in my next one, and y'all have a great time. Hope y'all enjoyed prayer journaling with me.